to our show, Sacred Tools for Divine Living with Vialet Rayne, where Vialet provides you with practical ways to bring in more joy and financial abundance into your life. Vialet creates a loving and sacred space where she shares simple ways for each of us to empower and enrich our lives. We are so happy you have joined us today. Let's get started with your host, the magical creator of Discover Your Spiritual Gifts, Vialet.
Hi, welcome to Sacred Tools for Divine Living. Today, I would like to talk about making changes. You know, change is hard for so many of us, right? We love our routines, how things are set in our life. We understand how things move and go. And so, making major changes in our lives is something that not all of us do really well or embrace or like. I mean, how many people do you know that do lots of changes at once? Most people have a really hard time moving or getting married or starting a new job. Those are all major changes in your life. When you do lots of things at once, it means you're taking on lots of changes. And we are human, and so it can kind of put us in a shockwave sometimes, or just kind of knock us off our feet when there's changes. But how do we make changes when we're in control, not somebody else? We're deciding that we want to change. And how do we work through that? Well, I think you have to be conscious that I want to change in my life. I want to shift or change things. I want to have a new home, or I want a new job where it brings me joy versus struggle, or I want a new relationship. And you have to be ready. It's almost like you brace, right? You're getting ready for it. And you also have to be somewhat flexible. You have to be able to flex with the move because, right? Changes aren't perfect. They don't come smoothly normally. They come with a few bumps, a few nicks, a few things along the way. And the best way to get through changes is to go, okay, I'm in the flow. I'm confident that everything is going to work out in perfection. Yes, I wanted to close on my house in April, but it's going to be May. And I'm trusting that the universe has my back and that there's good reasoning, even if I don't understand it. And I can shift my plans and make this work. It's about taking some deep breaths. It's about trusting that those that have us really do have our backs, and they're making sure that the best outcome happens for us. You know, I used to go for job interviews when I was younger, and I would always pray in the car before I went in the building. And you might laugh, but I always did, and I always said a prayer. Okay, guys, if this isn't the best job for me, if this is not going to work out the best for me, I'm okay with not getting it. Just move it down the road. But if this job is my highest and best, if it is what is meant to be, if it is going to support me in the highest light, then make this happen as smooth and easy as possible. And you know what? I always trusted after that. Does that mean when I got the call, oh, we didn't hire you, that I wasn't disappointed every once in a while? Of course I got disappointed. I'm human. But in the long run, after I worked through that disappointment, I always knew, well, it wasn't the best for me for whatever reason. You know, maybe the company wasn't going to be around very long and they didn't know that, or maybe they were moving to another state at some point and it wouldn't work out for me long term. There's lots of things that could be happening that I'm not even aware of. I've always just trusted that if I was supposed to be there, if that was the right place for me, if there were relationships that I was going to create or have from that job, then it was going to be made for me. And it always, always, at least in my mind, worked out perfectly. So, making changes. It's about getting ready. It's about knowing it won't slide through always without a flaw, that there's going to be some room for flexibility and adaptability, and that I need to be okay with it. It's about setting the expectations with my guides, my guardians, my teachers. Please help me maneuver this change, make it for my highest and best good. Help me create what is the best outcome. Show me the way. I always say, light the path for me. I will follow the lights. And I trust my gut when it tells me. When we connect into our heart space and really make a connection and trust there, we get the best results possible. So, making changes. Trust, be in the flow, be flexible, adapt, and know that it's all going to work out. My name is Vialet Rayne. I'm the magical creator of Discover Your Spiritual Gifts in Littleton, Colorado. Thank you so much for listening today. And if you're in the Littleton area, stop by and say hi. We'd love to see you. So I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you for joining us. To find out more about Vialet and how she can help you discover your spiritual gifts, head over to discoveryourspiritualgifts.com. Check out Violet's services and classes. You can also send a personal message to Vialet through email, violet@discoveryourspiritualgifts.com. Until next time, remember, we are meant to have abundant and joyful lives. We hope to see you really soon at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts.
Discover connection.